My dad is a leech. Okay boys and girls, this will be a pretty short story, plus I am going to be expanding it when I get more details from the bank and court. You will notice why in a moment, and sorry for the formatting and grammatical errors. I am on mobile and English is my second language. It all started in 2017 when my mum died from cancer and I had to move to my dad's place with his new partner and my one-year stepsis. Same year my grandma died, so staying with grandpa and grandma was sadly out of the question. When my mum died, I was finishing primary school and started culinary high school. That's when I started getting a scholarship and a pension after my mom. My dad promised me that I will get my own credit card so I can get cash if I need it, which later I found out was a big fat lie. The whole time my dad was pulling all of the scholarship and the pension off of my bank account. The same year of high school, but in 2018 we got into a huge argument and I had a ball of it. Even as a child, when my mom and dad were still together, he was a monster, always yelling at everyone and hitting me, coming home late, drunk and probably high for all I know. The same was happening now, but it was way worse. Still hitting me, yelling at me, but what was new was that it happened way more often and he was also threatening to kill me. And trust me, he is insane enough to do that and not regret it. Anyways, after one faithful fight, the next day I went to the school consultant and told her what happened. She advised me to go to a crisis center and so I did. Thankfully I still had my girlfriend to comfort me when I needed it the most at the moment. She was a true guardian angel. No, she's not dead, we just broke up. When the school year ended and summer back begun, it cooled down enough between me and my dad so that we went to a trailer camp near the sea, but when school began again so did the constant abuse. And I also went to a youth home where I am still staying. During my stay at the youth home, my dad continued to take all of my cash off of my bank account except the $3K which was frozen. Whenever I brought up the fact that I don't want him taking my cash anymore, which I did many times, he always got pissed off and told me that I owe him an IDNT since by law he has to take care of me without me owing anything to him, which he only did for less than a year before I went to the crisis center and then the youth home. 5 years ago I calculated from my bank meds how much he took, basically stole from me. It was over 28 King K. My stepmom always told me not to worry and wait, that karma will get him. Well, his time ran out because I am going to take matters into my own hand. Let's skip to today. Thanks to COVID I don't have to go to school or have online classes since my class already finished with theoretical stuff, but we still need practice. So when schools open again we're going back to practice. Anyways, enough sidetracking. I asked for a copy of my mum's will from the court and got it 3 days ago. Today I went to her bank and asked if they could wire the money to my account. I have full control of it now since I turned 18 last year. The bank teller said that it won't be a problem and would gladly do that. Little did we know, actually I suspected it, but there's still that small sliver of hope in the back of your head that someone took all of the money already and closed down the account. My mum left me the $3K that was frozen and the $8K that was on her account, and now I have nothing, only the scholarship and pension that I get every month. I could have had over $40K by now since I save a big part of the scholarship and pension every month. The bank teller told me to take this to court since he can't see nor tell even if he could who took all of the cash and closed down the account. If I find out it was my dad, which there's a high chance that it was, I won't even be surprised or disappointed. I won't even be sad. I am already used to that tea. All I want to know is if any one of you reading this is good with researching laws and all of that. If it was him, I am planning on taking him to court, but I don't know if it's worth it and how much I'll get from it, if anything at all. I am from Slovenia and would really appreciate all of your help. I'll keep you updated if I find anything new. Thanks in advance. Edit formatting. Edit grammar. I did like to thank this community for all of the support in such a short time. It really means a lot to me. I hope everyone is doing well and has a great day. You really are heroes, each and every one of you. I am pretty sure that no one else was able to access your account except for your legal guardian. I am from Serbia and had a good amount of money left from my father's insurance. My mother opened an account for me, and as my legal guardian she was the only one that could access it since I was underage. Now that I am of age, I had to legally give her permission to be able to take the money from that account, because it is all legally mine. So I am pretty sure it is your father who took all your money. Now, I'm not a pro in legal advice, but if in the will your mother left you the money, it should be yours, and it is robbery unless he claims he was taking the money out for you. I guess you could sue, but I do not know if you will be getting your money back, but I really hope you do. I am on your side and am rooting for you. Please update us when you can. I really hope it ends well for you. Stay strong. Love. Edit even thought this is not about me at all. Thank you, kind strangers, for the upvotes and awards. You all matter. I just shed a tear. I am not used to getting supportive THQT. Someone is rooting for me. Thank you. Even if he claims the money withdrawn was for you, he will probably have to prove it in discovery. Wishing you the best in this terrible situation. Time to research laws about what guardians are allowed to do. The bank should have records for every withdrawal. You may want to speak to a lawyer to understand the exact terms of your mother's will and get an idea on how to proceed. In Canada, what you are describing is a breach of fiduciary duty between a guardian and their ward. You need a complete history of your bank account, the money that went into it, your mother's money, scholarships, etc., and show that he basically stole your money. It is up to him to prove that he spent it on you, which he cannot because he did not, and as your father he is legally obligated to pay out of his own pocket to feed and house you. You should be able to get your money back plus interest and include in your lawsuit legal fees, so he has to pay those as well. If he owns any property, they will probably put a lien on his house or car, so if he tries to sell it, you will be first in line to receive money. Did you get a copy of your grandmother's will? She may also have left you something. Good luck. 1. Thankfully he didn't have anything to do with my grandma's will, since she's from my mum's side and social workers didn't let him nowhere close to my grandma's will. Hey hum, I am so proud that you are taking the steps needed to let him face justice. I am just gonna add to the already fantastic advice here. 1. Besides the bank, lock down other pieces of information about yourself. Social security number or social insurance number depending on where you live, medical records, passport, health card, school information, anything that you can think of that he can have access to, lock it down. 2. Your just know dad is likely to go nuclear once his source of illegal income is gone. Go back to the house when he or just maybe stepmom is not there and get everything you want to keep. Pictures, clothes, electronics, everything you want to keep. Be prepared for potential flying monkeys in the form of sibling and family friends. He will likely feed them some bullshit and you need to be on your guard. 3. Find a good lawyer. Like someone else mentioned, the Bar Association should help. 4. Breathe. You have started the legal process against him and you need to mentally and physically take care of yourself. The bank has evidence of his shit, so they will help. You have got this. I am rooting for you. Cannot give you any practical advice, but wishing you good luck for the future, and I hope this is resolved for you. Thank you. You'll need all the luck I can get. Might be worth looking into if the bank was at fault for granting someone else access to your account, especially if any funds were in trust accounts held for you. It was my mum's account, which apparently if you had the right documentation you could access. Can you get assistance from a lawyer solicitor? That would probably be your best option. Get some advice from someone who is knowledgeable and you can trust. Good luck. I do not think you are going to find much help on Slovenian law here on Reddit, but I would certainly call around to see if any local lawyers will give you a free consultation. I would definitely check with a lawyer, but I suspect that part of the damage can be recovered with the bank, who appears to be at fault as well. But I am talking here based on what I know from the laws of my country protecting minors. Good advice, huh? Well, I did advise that you document all the things. Yeah, never when the smallest piece of information will help. And remember, karma's like a boomerang. It goes one way, then on the way back it smacks you upside the head. And it sounds to me that your dad's in for one hell of a whack upside the noggin. Take his ass to court and sue for all the money back if he does not comply. Tell the police that he has been stealing from you for a few years now, so that way he has to comply, as even though he had control over the bank account, it is still theft. Dude, you will get everything he stole if he can prove he spent it on you directly. That money was meant for your school and well-being. If he can prove without a shadow of a doubt that he spent it on you, has got a massive check to pay you, you need to contact a lawyer. You should absolutely take this to court and he needs to pay you back, at the very least, every penny left to you in the will. Talk to your lawyer about suing for the physical and emotional damages from the abuse to make up the rest of it. I wish you luck. You are not in the wrong whatsoever here and deserve justice. I am 90% sure all of what he did is very illegal or punishable, child abuse for sure, and technically stealing, and stealing 30-ish K at that. He deserves to be imprisoned for a while. Your father is a loser. Hope you nail his ass to the wall. You've learned some pretty tough life lessons from your asshole of a father. Now you can move forward as a compassionate person with a deep understanding of how people deserve to be treated. Try not to let the outrageous financial situation make you bitter. If it can't be recovered, it would be tragic if your father ruined your future too. Good luck, sugar. Hope it all works out for you. I would suggest looking up legal counsel in your area that deal with the executions of wills. If I remember correctly, this will fall under family law. They can usually advise you on what the proper steps are and where to go from there, and if they do take the case, give an indication of what the fees would be and if it is worth it. I am sorry for the loss of your mother and I feel angry for what your father has done to you. I hope this will be solved so you can move forward in your career in the culinary world. Ex-chef with an interest in law. In the US, when a parent dies and leaves everything to a child, it goes into a trust. The legal guardian for the child has to petition the court for access to the money. This also applies if the child is involved in a settlement of any kind. The money goes into a trust and parents have to petition the courts for the money. Take his ass to court and rip him a new one. Get everything. Get copy of his bank statements. Your bank statements. Don't leave any stone unturned. This is as sad as a Charles Dickens story about an orphan. Good luck, bro. So sorry to hear this unfortunate series of events on your journey through life. May you learn to be strong, stand up for yourself, and your future wife and children. If your father is poor, you will never see that money ever again, as even if you do win the court case, he won't have the money to pay you back. I am so sorry. He can also file bankruptcy, so he doesn't have to pay any of his wages. Sometimes life's like this, but also know this is a test for your courage, strength, trust, and faith in the universe and in God. Whomever your God is, higher self, you got this. Be your own soiled on, and may your old man learn his lesson. He is a ducked up father and he will only realize after he is dead and gone, and the wheels of karma throw him into the next life as a suffering child at the hands of yet another abusive parent. Stay strong, brother. Life sometimes gives us lemons. Never forget some of those lemons are 2 girls in your bed. I am a girl with a long-time girlfriend and we met a man. Loopy is our boyfriend. We are happy and in love. I cannot give you legal advice, but I can tell you that your English is great. As a native speaker, I cannot see anything wrong. Do not be so hard on yourself because this is your second language. I have seen native speakers who cannot put a proper sentence together that is understandable. I do not know the financial or legal systems in your country. If you were in the USA, I did recommend calling your local bar association. They license lawyers and asking what kind of lawyer could best help you, and names and contact information of lawyers. Again, in the USA, many attorneys will offer a free first appointment to find out what your need is and if they can help. If you have this or something similar, then do get a legal consultation. Then you will know whether or not there is something you can do to get any of the money back. Good luck. You have had so much pain in your life. I hope it gets better quickly. I have no legal advice for you, and though things seem bleak now, I believe that you will be able to rise up above and become a bigger man than your father ever will be. You can build yourself up. Your entire future is ahead of you. When you have a happy life, your own family and a good job, your father will come calling back. You will have the pleasure of kicking him to the curb and telling him to duck off back to the sewer where he belongs. All the best. Family that steals from family is no longer family. Stop calling that leech some variation of dad father. For legal purposes, call him by his actual name. In private, call him by whatever you damn well please. He no longer deserves any respect or trust he may have earned at one point. Good luck recovering your stolen money. I am from the US, so this may be different. Here in the States, any lawyer I've talked to, and it may be a law here, will give you a free consultation before taking a case. Basically, you tell me what's up and I will tell you if we've got something. If we do, we start talking for real. Otherwise, we can just go our own way. Just calling a lawyer and asking some basic questions shouldn't cost a dime. I am confused about the terms of the will and the amounts, but it is possible that under the terms of the will or some other agreement he was allowed to take an amount out for expenses or looking after you. Yes, there is going to be a difference between what he took and what he actually spent on you, and the size of the difference should help you decide whether or not to pursue it. To work it out, consider what he had argue was necessary, for example clothes, school expenses and a portion of rent, food bills, etc. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.